It's time for Flower Hour with your hosts, David Gborie and Giulia Rozzi.
Welcome to Flower Hour, the show about how to improve your life with weed and how to improve the weed in your life. I'm Giulia Rozzi.
And I'm David Gborie. And Giulia, you know, we aren't a news show, but you know that we dabble.
No.
Here's my question. Have you heard that weed might help prevent COVID? Have you heard that? Because according to a new study from Oregon State's Global Hemp Innovation Center, which sounds like the place where they make new flavors of Doritos, 2 chemical compounds in cannabis bind to the coronavirus, making it unable to enter healthy cells. Am I wrong, or is this is huge, right? This is big.
It was when I first saw it because I was like, cool. But as much as I want to believe it, it's not entirely true. These experiments were done in a Petri dish, not a human body. They haven't been human tested. They haven't been peer reviewed. So the results saying that cannabis is effective against COVID is like similar to the
Ivermectin.
You know, yes, thank you. And hydrochloroquine. Yeah, it's basically like that. Like there hasn't been enough studies, so it's not true.
I don't know why it hurts worse with the sound effect. So here's my question to you, because you are clearly more informed than I am. If I don't want to get COVID, I should
Get vaccinated. Get boosted and wear a mask, David. I think you know that by now. It's been over 2 years.
Okay, fair. Here's a follow-up question. If I want to get, enjoy a video on YouTube about Korean street food, I should.
When Dr. Rozzi would say that is when you smoke weed.
Okay. Dr.
Take
Ross.
2 of these.
Dr. Ross.
And text me in the middle of the night.
So, just to recall, a blunt is not better than a mask, but the mask is better with the blunt. Shamokin.
Now you're getting it. You've been to medical school. Look at that. And you have to choose between drinking bleach and smoking weed to prevent COVID. You have to choose between the drinking the bleach, drinking your pee, I don't know, all the things I've been saying, praying to Jesus. I would say smoke weed. It's not going to prevent COVID, but it's probably more fun and more tasty.
All right. I think that's pretty reasonable.
We have a terrific show for you. We're going to chat with comedian Kurt Braunohler later about the best comedies to watch when you're high. But Flower Hour isn't just happening on Twitch. We're going to check in with our friend who is out in the real world. One of our writers, Matthew Starr. He's out in the world. He needs our help. Matthew, can you hear us? We heard you're in distress.
Can you see me? Am I here?
I see him. I see
You're
him.
there.
Look at him.
I am out in the world. I did take an edible not too long ago, and it has kicked in. And sober, I would call myself somebody who is not good at making choices. And once I have the edible, it gets even worse. And so I am here at Galco's Old World Grocery in Highland Park, California. They believe in the art of soda pop. Inside of this store is every bottle of soda you can possibly imagine. And so what I was hoping you both could do, and maybe people on Twitch and whatnot, is help me pick out the perfect bottle of soda in a little bit here. Does that sound good? Can you help me?
Oh,
Yeah.
big time, because I've been in there, and it is overwhelming.
Yeah.
I want you to go
I'm
inside.
expecting. Yeah.
Yeah, I want you to put on your mask, and I want you to go inside,
Okay.
and then we're going to check in with you and see how you're doing.
Okay, good. I needed this. Thank you.
Yeah, good luck, Matthew.
All right. Well, Matthew goes in there and gets toothpaste soda. Right now, we have a Wowee test drive. A Wowee test drive is when a friend of the show tries out something and tells us about it. Today's test drive comes from musician and nature enthusiast Roxanne Starnick.
Here we are at the foot of the hill. My name is Roxanne Starnick, and I'm going to smoke some marijuana for you today. Cinderella 99. I'm going to smoke some of this, and then I'm going to take you guys on our nature walk. It tastes really nice. I was hoping to possibly make some music. Feeling a little stagnant about that lately. To get rid of the stagnancy, I like to spend many hours in nature. Hi, it's been about 7 minutes, and I am feeling high. Did you know at the bottom of this hill there's a swing, it's a beautiful swing. Sorry kids, this swing's for me, the adult. My friends, look how beautiful this is. Look at this golden hour light. Isn't that nice? Thanks, nature. Here we are, and now we're back in my room. I only smoked like that much, and I was flying. 10 out of 10 for fostering creativity and bringing it alive. If this marijuana were an astrological sign, it's an Aquarius. A Leo rising, because I felt pretty performative this whole time. Taurus moon, because I want to get real cozy right now. Thanks for stopping by.
Shout out to the Tauruses
Appreciate
out
all
there.
this.
We are, yeah, I liked that too. I like it when people just have like tight hand motions. It makes me feel good. Do you want to do a Wowee test drive? Because you can. Just go to woweelive.tv/test drive. And while you're there, go ahead and like and subscribe because we love you. And we're never going to give you up and we're never going to let you down.
Our guest today is a hilarious comedian. You know him from Bob's Burgers, Big Sick, Long Shot. He's the host of the very funny podcast, Bananas. Please welcome the potassium rich, the very tall, Kurt Braunohler.
Hello. Hi. How is everyone?
Welcome to the internet.
Hi, Giulia. Hi, David.
Yeah, get it. Lick the
Do I have-
camera.
is this
time.
how-
Come on.
Is this how we do internet now? This
Yeah.
close?
Yeah. Perfect. You know how to look
I like
flattering.
it all close. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm gonna open up hot. I want to open up hot, straight up. What's your deal with fudge, bro?
Fuck fudge, man. Fuck fudge.
Whoa.
I hate
Okay. Okay.
Ugh.
First of all, calm down.
Whoa. Now that is an image of a Fudgy the Whale. I have nothing against an ice cream cake from Carvel, okay? I got
Okay,
nothing against
okay.
Fudgy the Whale. You got to be a monster if you got something against Fudgy the Whale. I just think fudge itself is like take some chocolate and give it the consistency of a loose shit, you know?
I agree. I'm
Thank you.
not into fudge.
I
Especially,
call
don't understand it's always
shenanigans
sold at the beach.
on the two of you. What?
David,
It's
even if you like
delicious!
to eat fudge, but can you agree as a beachside snack, it is ridiculous? Like the last thing you want to eat when you're at the beach on a hot beach
Since
day
when does
in a
that
swimsuit.
qualify whether or not I like a snack? There's tons of shit I
It's
don't want to eat at the
ruined
beach.
fudge.
I also don't want to eat steak at the beach. It doesn't mean I don't love a New York strip.
I'd
Just
much
because
rather
you can't eat
steak
it at the
than
beach.
Fudge.
Okay, but
I do think-
that's not a parameter for anything.
I do think that's
You
where
can't
it
eat
came from.
fondue
That's
at
where
the
my
beach.
hatred for fudge came from, is because of the fact that I'm
right?
from a shore town. And I dislike
Okay.
saltwater taffy, hate saltwater taffy. And it was always
Hate
sold
it.
with fudge, and I hate fudge too. Just
You hate
don't like
saltwater
Can I say, though?
taffy?
oh, saltwater
I do feel
taffy's
like-
terrible.
This
You're
kinda
of the
turns into a
ocean.
little bit
You're
of
a
therapy
surfer.
session.
What's going on? This is fucked up, man.
Well, this
Saltwater.
You
Go
know. No, you go ahead. I need to hear what you have to say about saltwater taffy.
Saltwater taffy is just a way to steal money from tourists. Okay, the locals make
That's-
it with seagull shit and piss. It's terrible.
That's-
It's terrible.
Well,
I never asked if I was allowed to curse.
You can curse. You can curse. This show turned very political very quickly. I want people watching to get involved in today's debate. I want you to vote 1 if you are pro-fudge, and vote 2 if you are a normal human being who is anti-fudge. Please vote
Listen,
in
no,
the chat.
it's a beloved treat the world over. You can't just like downplay it like that. And also,
love fudge.
David?
you know what has the consistency of a loose shit? Yoo-hoo. Fudge is a compact shit. Fudge comes right out in a brick. Don't ever forget that.
Never said I liked Yoo-hoo. Never said I liked Yoo-hoo.
Oh, okay, so you hate chocolate drink as well? What else do you hate, Giulia? Democracy? Freedom?
In some cases, if it means people get an opinion about eating fudge, maybe I'm
What-
staunchly right-wing.
What's the untold
think
truth
we-
of saltwater taffy? That it's bad? Is that the untold
That's
truth?
tight. That only patriots eat it? I'm making this a patriotic issue. Patriots love fudge, and they love saltwater taffy, and they don't know where they were last January 6th. You know?
They were handing out fudge and saltwater taffy though at the insurrection.
Propaganda!
Quite.
Propaganda! Everybody knows they were handing out Chick-fil-A. Oh, the Chick-fil-A joke bombed, though. Okay, fuck me. I'll go kill myself. Kurt,
But
nobody-
I like
nobody-
I like the idea that like you have to wait because you know there's a delay. So when you do a joke, you're waiting to see if there's any reaction, and when there's not a reaction, it's worse. It's worse.
It,
But
it
also,
hurts.
I've gotten to know David very well, and he's a pretty positive, cool guy. And for him to say he wants to kill himself over a Chick-fil-A joke not working, I'm a little concerned. Something's
Yeah,
going on
well,
with
you
David
got me all
today.
riled up with the fudge talk. You got me
That's
all
what I
riled
do.
up. I'm hot. I'm hot for fudge. I'm fudge
Kurt
hot
is a very
right now. I'm a-
divisive comedian.
Yeah. No, I mean it's a pretty divisive opinion that I know most people like fudge. I understand. So I think I have to
Yeah.
stand up for the small percentage of America that hates fudge. And I feel like that I'm their spokesperson. Okay. You can be the spokesperson for everybody else. 85% of America loves fudge. All right. I'm with that 15%. Okay.
I like that. Shout out to the Fudge Nation. We love
The
you.
silent minority is the fudge haters.
All right, listen, Kurt, you co-host the Banana Podcast. It's not about food, obviously. It's not about potassium, but about very strange, often very funny news. We here at Flower Hour and the cannabis consuming community in general, we thank you for this because obviously we like funny news. We get stoned. We like to hear about funny stuff happening in Uzbekistan. And we here at Wowee HQ, our team of crack scientists, have done some research, and we found this story.
Yes, I do know this one.
Chattanooga man causes disturbance at local guitar center, says he is too high to play quietly. What can you tell us about this news story, Kurt?
They had to like turn off the amp, because you can go into Guitar Center and essentially like just plug in and like listen to it a little bit. And he just refused. He just kept turning it up, and they unplugged it. I think he went in and plugged it again into another one, and they like eventually had to kick him out. But you know what?
I get it.
There is a story that we just recorded yesterday, and it comes out next week, which is right up your guys' alley. maybe if someone can find it, but it is a Boston man who who filled a scuba tank with weed smoke and then lost a testicle when it exploded.
Oh, God. As a
You are
Bostonian,
missing several key details from that story,
I
I feel.
100% believe this story. I feel like
There
it
it
might
is.
be like my second cousin's friend from Woburn. He was upset that the Pats lost, and he just needed to heal himself.
He was all hopped up
What
on
an
Dunkin'
idiot.
Donuts.
uh,
What's the...
David, I can do
Can
the
someone
accent.
explain...
Please.
I'm sorry, was it bad when I did it? Did it feel
It was
bad?
really offensive. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What if I you like apples? Is that better?
Please stop. I'm begging you to stop.
What if I park the car?
With a tiny razor? I hate everything you're
At
saying.
Harvard Yard. Okay, I'm sorry.
I like that it's not even a correct quote from Good Will Hunting. You like
No, is that-
apples?
Didn't he say that? And then he's
Apples
like,
are
how about this?
tasty!
And then he's like, how about them apples, right?
He says you like these
Oh, wait.
apples, I think.
No.
I just realized
he goes
we
up.
left our writer. We left our writer Matthew Starr hanging in the store.
Oh
We
yeah.
gotta check in with Matt Starr. Yeah, the soda.
Hey, Matt, you like apples?
I do. Why?
How about these
Oh,
apples?
you missed
You
some-
blew it.
Yeah, you missed some great bits earlier. Okay, what do we have for
fucking-
soda
No, I
going
heard
on?
him.
What are you leaning toward?
Ooh, look at this.
Okay, so I figured I would just show you. I've done like kind of a lap here. Again, this is the most overwhelming soda shop in the world. This is all bottles of soda.
Wow.
Here's one that's called Werewolf Howlin' Ginger Beer.
Oh, that's too easy. Come on.
Okay, they have Giulia. This is what I would say. I was hoping you could translate. This one's called Spumanera. It's Gusto Italiano soda.
I don't think. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you so much. I love it when my ethnicity comes into play. I don't know what that says or what that means. I might say bullshit in a bottle.
This one says Fritz Elma Limo, and it says Holland. I think this is like Germany's Arnold Palmer.
Oh,
I figured I would
that's
just show you some of my favorites and then have you pick which ones I should get. This soda feels problematic to me. It's called Africola.
I don't love it,
I'm gonna vote
but
that
I also don't hate it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like you to
here's
buy that,
some-
Matt.
Okay.
Is
Here's
the
some
flavor black
Russian-
people? Because then I don't like it.
Now, let me go around to the next aisle.
Have you found
yeah,
any peanut
it's-
butter soda?
That's what
I
I
did.
wanted,
This
like
is-
some meat soda.
Here's one. Here's if you're thirsty and also a socialist, it's Leninade. I think that might be a good choice here.
Is there any meat
Okay, so
soda?
we're
Have you
into
seen
it.
any meat flavored soda?
I have not seen meat flavored soda. Here is
Wow.
okay. Again, truly, I can't express how overwhelmed I am.
Oh, Fago
But I
and
want you to know
glass.
they
That's
do
good.
have a Dang soda,
Oh yeah,
and
dang.
also if
Get that.
you're watching your figure but you still want your Dang, they also have Diet Dang,
Diet dang.
which
Okay, Matthew, do you want us to pick the soda right now, or are we gonna check back in with you? What are we doing here?
and there's one more that you have to see. There's one more that I think is important for today.
I
Okay.
worry that
I'm
your
a-
voice
And then
sounds
I would
like
like
a
you to
mannequin.
tell me what soda I should buy. Yeah. They do also sell this. It's not technically a soda, but it is a chocolate fudge premium gourmet syrup.
Oh no!
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, first of all, shout out to Fudge Nation. I say dang.
I vote
Get a
Diet
Dang.
Dang. I think you should get a Diet
getting-
Dang and a regular Dang and see what the Dang difference is.
That
I'm buying.
That was actually a hill they took in Vietnam. Diet dang.
You want me to buy You
Diet
like
Tang?
a normal Tang and a Diet Tang to compare the two?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
please.
a good call. That's a very good call,
Kurt,
Giulia.
is there one you want me to try? Kurt, is there one I should pick up?
I bet you if you can find a peanut butter one or a bacon one, I know
Mhm.
they make them. Go look for it and
Okay.
Yeah.
get one of those or a dill pickle.
Okay. A dill pickle? All right.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can find here. Okay,
Fun
thank you.
fact,
Matthew.
I'll be back later trying the sodas. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank
Fun
you.
fact about your
Okay.
Fun fact about your lovable co-host. I used to go in there and I would go nuts. They have a make your own soda thing back there.
What?
A lot of
Really?
people say the term. Yeah, a lot of people
How
say
do you
the term
make it?
"go off king" was coined from people watching me at the make your own soda machine. They have.
How does it work?
They have
David.
glass. They have glass bottles and a bunch of different syrups, and then you mix it. You put the syrup in, and then you mix it with the soda water, and you put the capper on, and then you kind of mix it up.
Whoa.
Sweet.
Did you
So we're all
did you ever make
shopping
a
for
suicide that way?
diabetes.
Yeah, I would be making like vanilla strawberry caramel. Like I was really getting after it.
I
When we were
hate
kids,
to change
you
the
know?
subject, but I do want to get into a very important tweet of yours that I related to very deeply. I am also a parent, as you know. Fun fact, our kids go to daycare together. Is that too much information? I don't know. Here's the address. And I also enjoy weed. So I feel like I especially related to this tweet. Let's pull up the tweet. It is parent Twitter. Anyone else notice that for like a year, the packaging on cheese sticks of all brands have become much harder to open? Like there's a supply issue with the glue they used to use or something. 100% yes. I have been saying this.
Right.
I've tried Horizon cheese snacks. I've tried the Whole Foods brand, the Trader Joe's brand. They honestly remind me of trying to open weed containers because like weed packaging right now is like squeeze the sides, tap the top, share your deepest secret, and then like it opens. Like that's how the cheese packaging has been. I had to get a knife to open
Yeah.
it. What's up
And then
with
you
that?
screw up the stick. It is a weird crossover
Yep.
between weed and children is a cheese stick, I feel like. That's like a perfect
Yeah.
crossover.
Yeah, that's the brand. Yeah.
But yeah, it's really I've had that theory for a year now. I'm like, there's been something about the glue like got fucked up in the supply chain. And then I finally said, you know what? I'm gonna tweet this because I no longer have boundaries and or a quality control on my Twitter. So I just put
Yeah.
whatever out there at this point. I don't give a shit. We'll talk about
were
cheese
there
sticks.
ramifications? Were there ramifications for this tweet?
Did Big Cheese Stick come after you?
people agreed with me overall, but then there was like there was like 5 or 10 people who were like, you're just getting old. And I was like, no, because you're not opening cheese sticks every day, asshole. You just
Yeah.
think you're
You know who
old.
those people were?
You got old.
You know who those people were?
You're in the streets.
Fudge eaters. It was
Yep.
fudge eaters.
Whoa,
Yes.
whoa. First of all, the term is fudge Americans, and I would respect you never to call them that again on this show.
Uh-oh, wait, we have an update. We have an HQ update. The testicle tank story
Yes.
is fake.
What?
You know that.
What? Oh no. I did it on the
Oh, no.
podcast.
Oh no, it's right. Oh no.
Oh no.
That
Well,
sucks.
looks like you're getting canceled.
That sucks. I did it. We've only been
lost-
We've only been faked out once before on the podcast because all the stories we do are true.
Was it the
were faked out.
election?
What? No. It was from the CBC, like Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, and they had a thing about a guy who had been stuck on one of those amusement park rides that just drops, and that apparently he
yeah.
had dropped overnight 20,000 times. and then like they found him in the morning, and it turns out it was like is like a fake news show that's on the CBC, and then they like do it like that. So we've only been faked out once before, but I'm sorry to say they were both me. So I really need to check my sources more.
If there's one thing
Yikes.
I've learned from Americans in general, you don't. You don't.
Thank you.
Well, I feel like your humor, between the podcasts, a lot of is, I hate to say very stoner friendly, but
She hates that word.
So it's kind of, I don't know, what's a stoner?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a different episode. But in your expert opinion, what makes good comedy for people who might have smoked a joint?
Like what makes for a good comedy, or which ones would I recommend?
Whichever. I guess. What do you think
We should
is
all
good?
pose.
We should all pose into this. Like, what is good?
No, everybody's just doing good hand stuff. Good hand work.
Thank you.
just hand work.
I would say that my favorite. So I used to smoke a ton of weed, and then I just
And what happened?
something. It just, I don't know, like my DNA switched or something, and now I just can't smoke. I don't enjoy it anymore. I don't know why,
You'll
and it's
be
a
back.
bummer. I wish I
You'll be
did.
back.
I hope
You'll be back.
if someone can send me the weed that would bring me back, I would be so appreciative.
Kurt?
Because I keep trying. I keep going to the weed store. I keep trying different ones, and I'm just like, nope, I don't like it.
I'm gonna tell you what you need. Can I tell you what you need?
Yes.
My husband, or homegrown. My husband makes homegrown.
Yeah.
David has watched The Journey.
Is it
It
good?
is. I never was a daily user. I was always like, I feel like getting high today. Like kind of funsies.
Yeah.
This has like become like medicine to me.
Okay.
It's
All right. Can we do a
functional, it's
handoff in front of
delightful.
daycare?
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about. Wowee in no way endorses this. You guys are like crack dealers in the 80s. We do it in front of daycare so no one knows. The cops will never be there.
We see each other
Okay,
once a day.
We do. Okay, so like if you were gonna create like a half hour of comedy for a pothead, what would be your big finale? And it can't be you dancing with a group of beavers and then ascending into the ceiling, because you've already done that.
I've already
what's
done
something
that.
New you would do.
You also can't get in a hot dog machine. Mobile.
Okay, so here's what it would be. There would be, so we would have an emotional arc through the story. And you're kind of, even though it's a comedy, you're still kind of committed to this emotional arc that's going to happen. And right at the end, where we're going to like kind of wrap up and have kind of a touching moment, and the main character is about to learn something, not only about themselves, but about life in general. It's going to be beautiful. And he just goes, I realized today that, and then he opens his mouth, and then just a klaxon just comes out like, it goes on for 30 seconds, and then he closes his mouth and says, and I guess that's what life's all about. And then we go to credits.
Yeah.
Let me get my
Green light.
checkbook.
Green light.
Yep.
Green
Funding
light.
this.
Green light. Green
Big
light.
check. Bring
Tell
you a
the suits.
big check.
We got a hit on our hands. Okay, I have a question. Once again, for our audience members who are, various levels of pretty stoned, can you recommend right now when they watch this, post this, pre this? We're not here to discriminate. Any time of day. Namaste. Shout out Fudge Nation. Can you tell us recommend one thing they should watch?
I can.
That they all should watch.
And I'm not going to recommend something that you probably have already seen. All right. I could say Anchorman. You've seen Anchorman. Forget it.
So many
Here it
times.
is. It's Steven Soderbergh's, I think, second movie. It's called Schizopolis, and it's a comedy. and it's so strange and wonderful and weird and hilarious. It was my favorite movie I think maybe it's still my favorite movie. It was made in 1996. It's super strange and goofy and weird and wonderful. So go watch Schizopolis. And it's made by a genius. There it is.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
See?
And Steven Soderbergh is in it. He's like the main character.
Oh,
that
really?
scene is so funny.
That's a
I'm
great
laughing just
still.
looking at that.
That's a great skill.
I'm gonna watch
That's a
this.
great still.
It's so good.
Can
So
I also
hate
recommend?
to-
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. You go ahead. I was gonna say the
I just
fudge
wanted to
bowl is
recommend. Oh, the fudge poll is closing. Fudge Nation,
closing. Yeah,
cast
to
your
get in
ballots.
votes.
Yeah, I was just gonna say for our viewers, I would recommend going on YouTube and just watching the scene from Big Daddy where they throw the stick at the rollerbladers just on a loop. Just go ahead and loop that, and you'll have a pretty good time.
Into it. Well, I think we should check in with Matthew. See how Matthew's doing. Is Matthew around? See what kind of sodies he's got. Matthew, are you
I
overwhelmed?
hope he's in the
Did you
parking
start
lot
rocking that
pounding
corner?
dangs.
Can't hear you, Matthew.
He looks high as hell,
Matthew,
though,
we
right?
can't- Yeah.
Hey, all
we
right.
can't hear you.
Got me.
hey.
Got me.
There he is.
Am I there? Okay. So I
Mhm.
made it home. I had to get out of there. That was too much. And let me show you what I ended up bringing home. So I have Mrs. Cucumber. Kurt, this is the closest I could find to a dill. Yeah, we like this.
Mwah, mwah.
Great.
Yeah, I like that.
I have a diet butterscotch root beer, a diet dang, and a dang butterscotch root beer full flavor. So we'll see how that goes. And then I had to do it. I had to buy a lemonade. I had to know,
Okay, I understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the people.
It's worth
So,
it for the
are
bottle
any of
alone.
Right. So
Are any
I
of
have
those
a bottle opener
cold?
right here. No, they are all very much room temperature.
Well, that's how they drink them in England.
Aw.
So what should I try first? The
Are you gonna
dang or the
pound
diet
all
dang?
of them?
I'm just
I
gonna
think
sip. I'm
diet
not
dang.
pounding anything. Diet
I
dang
think
first.
you start diet. Yeah.
This is what you have to
Yeah,
do. You
then
have to
go
do that
for-
thing. You have to do that thing where you make a tornado with it and then swallow it all
yeah.
in one bite. That's what you have to do.
And make sure you
And
get the swill.
When you're done,
like the
yeah. And before you give your opinion, I do want you to go, dang.
yeah.
That's some
And then
bad or good
diet
soda.
dang.
Yeah, diet dang.
All right, I'm gonna open both of them. I want you to know the smell.
Oh,
Dang, it's good.
he's dual danging.
Oh, I
He's
have
dual
an
danging,
idea.
y'all.
I have an idea.
He's dual
Don't do
danging.
it yet. Don't do it yet. Don't do it
Okay.
yet. Move
Okay.
them around. Close your eyes. Move them around. Don't drop them. Take a sip.
Okay.
Guess if
Oh.
it's diet or regular.
Oh, okay. I
I
like
bet you
this.
he's
I like
gonna
this.
I bet you he's
Smart.
gonna know.
Okay. So
Ready?
they are mixed up. I don't know which one is which. I'm trying the one in my right hand.
Okay.
Dang.
Why is this so enjoyable?
Dang. Okay, I'm gonna try the one in my left hand. Okay. So I'm pretty sure left hand is full flavor, right hand is diet. Yep. You
Nailed
can taste
it.
You can taste it. Yeah.
And what tasted better?
The full flavor. I mean, you can really taste all of the butterscotch, and dang, that's a good butterscotch root beer. I do want to
wait,
wash it
can
down
you
with
tell me
some
where it's
Mrs. Cucumber.
Can you tell me where the dang is bottled? Just in case I want
Dang
to pull up
is
to the
bottled.
factory.
In Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Whoa.
Home of
Yeah.
Laverne and Shirley, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Schlemiel, Schmazel, Haas and Fever Incorporated.
Yeah. Here's the Mr. Cucumber.
Mr. Cucumber. This is actually, it's Mr. Cucumber. It's actually a Q brand.
It's
Oh my God.
It's Q affiliated.
Yeah, it's
No,
QAnon
yeah, that's,
cucumber drink.
Yeah, where we go one, we Q all.
This is very pickly. This is.
Do you feel like you're
there's
gonna
no
puke?
doubt. Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it.
I do it.
I loved it.
I feel a bit like I'm gonna puke here.
You keep drinking it. You've drank more of that than the dang, which makes me feel like
This
you
tastes.
secretly like it.
Matthew,
In
stop
This
it.
has like a real mouthwash to it. And then here's the Leninade.
I think that's going to be the
taste.
winner.
This one, it says get ham. They really went in on the puns on the bottle. I want to point that out here. Get hammered and sickled, it says. And a taste worth standing in line for, which honestly, I wouldn't have bought it. I know, canned audience.
Matt, I want to know which of these, after you sip this one, which of them would you make a cocktail with? Like, which would you put
that's
some
a good
vodka
question.
with?
Watching this.
That tastes like an orange soda. Like it's not. Honestly, this one's pretty good. The one I would make a cocktail with. Honestly, I could see the Mr. Cucumber being the best in a cocktail with like a gin and some lime or something. Like,
Oh yeah.
because it's
here's
not
a
very
follow-up
sweet
question.
and it's very pickly. Yeah.
Here's a follow-up question. Which one would you make an ice cream float with?
Ooh.
I mean, I
Vanilla,
think I would use the
no
diet
crazy
dang.
stuff.
Yeah.
The diet dang, and I'd save the dang for sipping on its own, because you don't ruin a dang soda with ice cream. You drink it straight from the shop.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I feel like all my teeth have gotten rotten just watching this. So
But you know,
thank you so much,
butterscotch
Matthew
root beer,
Starr.
caffeine free. Love that. Thank you for helping me choose and getting me home safely. I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Hi, Matthew.
Bye, Matt.
I hope he drinks all that soda right after this.
I mean, yeah,
we have,
just sit
results?
there. Uh-oh.
He opened like
my
5
God.
sodas. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell the
Heard.
truth.
Yeah.
Hurt. 66% are pro fudge.
I'm
I
not
told
surprised.
you.
I would have thought it would have been more. Like I said,
Yeah.
I think 85% of America likes fudge. I'm surprised it's so low.
Here's what I'm saying about Fudge
Wow.
Nation. They're not always there when you call, but they are always on time.
Wow. What
I knew it. I knew it. I'm glad I was right. I'm glad you guys were wrong. 44% of the chat, you guys are monsters, and you weren't breastfed. Kurt, let's play a game. Would you like to play a game with us?
Mm-hmm.
The breastfed thing was a rude shot. I did not mean it. We're gonna play a game called.
I hated
don't know.
that joke.
Yeah, I know. It was really. I think I was lashing out from earlier. It's been a tough day for me.
We'll talk about it at daycare.
Oh, where you do your drug deals? I know you're kind, you no fudge eaters. We're going to play a game called What's Their Secret? We've got some special guests. All of them have secrets. So here's the deal. You can only ask yes or no questions. You can only ask 3 questions. And then we have to guess what is their secret. Are you ready to play, Kurt?
I am ready to play.
Okay, here's the first guest, Lumberjack Pedro. What's your
Buena
secret,
tarde.
Kurt? You get the first guess, or you get the first question.
First, yeah.
So,
First guess.
Lumberjack, your name is Lumberjack Pedro? Is that, wait, no, I don't want to make that my question. Are,
No, where's the question?
does your secret involve lumberjacking in some way?
No.
Okay, what's the next
I don't
question?
think so.
Okay.
It could, I will say this. It could affect my energy while I do my job.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, FX. Okay. Lumberjack Pedro, does your secret involve weed?
No.
Okay,
No.
okay.
Pero if I had weed,
Lubriac
I could, you know,
Pedro. Because
I could maybe be more, you know, better
Okay.
about my secret.
Does your secret involve exercise?
Woo! And the thing about that one is, you know, not directly. Not. So I would say no.
Guys, I mean,
But it could.
I got a guess.
It's tangentially related.
I got a guess.
You got a guess?
Okay.
Hit him.
Uh-huh. Lumberjack Pedro, does your secret involve something at Waffle House?
Ooh, Kurt! You on the right track? Waffle House.
Are you having an affair with a Waffle House waiter or waitress?
Kurt, I am not Tiger Woods.
What?
I am not Tiger Woods. That is a Tiger Woods secret, and everybody knows it.
Can I ask? Can I guess your secret?
You had 2 more questions.
I have 2 more questions.
I don't know that we have time.
I don't think so either. Can I just say, is your
It's a
secret
live
about the
stream on
food?
Twitch. We got time.
Is your secret about the food at Waffle House?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, when you get it right, my mouth goes crazy.
Let's put it on my tombstone. Okay, and I have one more guess. Is your secret dietary?
Oh, Davey! You know me so well.
Hey, I love it when you say my name, Pedro.
All right, I think we have to
too.
reveal it so we can move on to the next guest.
Is it dieted?
What is the secret?
I'm supposed to be on keto, but I cheat on my diet. I love my waffle.
Wow, what a secret. Pedro.
You know, when you
That's a
lumberjack, you have to,
crime.
you need carbs for energy.
No,
Yeah.
I know.
True. It's true,
I know.
Pedro.
Long day of jacking it. You need your carbs.
Cool. Slow down.
All right, I'm going to bring out our next guest. Our next guest is Larry the Llama. Larry the
Hey,
Llama.
guys. It's your boy Larry.
Kurt.
Just chilling in the Andes.
Kurt, you have the first question.
Okay. Larry, does your secret involve your very upsetting eyes?
You know, Kurt, you cut me deep with that one. And,
Is this
no.
Pedro? Is this fucking Pedro?
No, Pedro's gone. Only Larry.
Is that your secret that you're Pedro?
No. Larry's my cousin.
Wait, is that the secret?
No, he's my cousin. That's not my secret. I'm very proud of my family.
All right, David, it's your question.
Oh, Pedro, is your secret? I don't even.
Pedro got
Is
him.
your,
It's only
does your
Larry.
secret?
Larry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Thanks,
sorry.
Larry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Larry.
Yeah.
Is your secret a geographical one? Does it have to do with your geography, where you're at, the Andes specifically?
Indirectly, I would say, it's a place I go, so it is in my geography.
Okay,
Giulia, your
Larry, does your secret involve another llama?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, Kurt, do you have a
Okay.
guess?
Yeah.
Multiple.
I'm a guess that Larry is going to his second cousin's house at night and fornicating with him or her, and that is his secret because he's married to another llama.
No. Kurt, I was listening when you were talking to my cousin. You know, I think you got a fixation on this adultery thing. And we might need to
All
talk.
right, David.
Can I guess?
David, do you have a guess?
I am guessing that you have some sort of an unrequited love with another llama, and that has put you into a depression.
Yeah.
And that's the place that you go.
Yeah.
David, I'm gonna help you out a little bit. It's not romantic, but it is interpersonal.
Okay.
Oh man, sounds like my
Okay.
ex-wife.
All right. Last guess. I hate to be so juvenile, but I'm saying this based off your facial expression. Did you either fart or poop or do some sort of bodily function in the llama area, and you're trying to hide it from the other fellas and ladies
Giulia, here's the thing.
and folks?
I don't know if you know about llamas. All we do is poop all day. Ain't nobody ashamed of that.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
That
So
is
what
true.
is your secret?
My
What
secret,
is your secret?
I suffer from imposter syndrome, and I'm afraid people don't respect me at work.
What's your secret? You don't even have a job.
Of course I have a job. You think this grass gonna graze itself? Motherfucker.
Larry?
All right.
Larry,
you got
I
me.
think it might help you to feel less of an imposter if you wore sunglasses, because your eyes are incredibly upsetting, and people aren't
That's
going to
true,
take
they
it
are.
seriously.
They are fucking us up here at Wowee HQ, to be honest.
That's a tough pill to swallow, but I know it's a difficult truth. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. Giulia, who's our third? Who's our third guest?
Final guest, Tyrion,
Going on.
the typewriter.
Hey.
Hi, Tyrion, the typewriter. Kurt,
Tyrion,
What-
please
what
pronounce
is
the
your first
name
question?
properly.
Oh,
Tyrion?
Tyrion, excuse me.
Tyrion,
sorry.
For
like Game of
keyboard's sake.
Thrones. Okay, here we go. Okay, does your secret involve fingers?
Yeah.
All right, do I keep going?
Yeah.
Do I
Gotta
keep
use
going
them.
then?
Gotta use
Keep
them.
going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Yeah, why
All
don't
right.
we do three? Do three quick ones, quickies.
All right. Does your secret involve you enjoying fingers on your keyboard?
Nah.
All right. Does your secret in any way relate to the fact that you're a typewriter, or is it more like you're a narcissist?
Yes or no questions only.
Those are okay. I'm gonna let you cheat at this game. I'm gonna let you cheat.
Okay.
It is not directly typewriter related. For the rest of you
Okay.
guys, use context clues.
Oh, context clues.
Can I?
Yeah.
Should
Oh,
I
you
go,
gotta go.
David, or okay, Larry?
you go.
Are you a cop?
Oh, shit.
F the police.
Ooh. Are you a
Okay.
criminal?
Sounds like a cop ass. Yeah.
Kurt, that's an extra guess. And yes, I'm a criminal, so you can break the law too.
Okay.
Is that the secret?
No, that's not me, not directly.
Okay.
Okay.
Not just general
Okay.
criminality. That's kind of. I mean, what's a crime?
Is your
You know,
does your secret have to
hating
do
fudge,
with
that's
your
a crime. Huh?
Does your secret have to do with your crime?
Yes.
Did you break into a
Okay.
TJ Maxx?
That's not illegal.
You,
That's not
you could
illegal.
you could
That's
say
not
you could say that was part of it.
Okay. Okay.
Are you
All right,
in,
David.
Are you in the mafia?
I am not in the mafia. I am also required to say I ain't no snitch. I ain't no snitch.
Okay.
Is your secret
okay.
that you stole a pair of trousers?
Very specific. Very wrong.
Did you write?
All
have
right,
you
I
written
think
any
Larry-
screen? I ain't got it. Have you written any screenplays on that typewriter? Can you write?
Several.
Can you
Several.
write?
I'm very proud of them. Those are not secrets.
Okay, I think
Are
I
you-
think
should you write Jerry
you heard of the
Maguire? That's
Revenant?
my question.
Huh? You heard of the Revenant?
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't write
Yes,
that.
all right.
Okay.
Okay, we should wrap this up because I heard Tyrion
All right.
has a heart out
Fine.
in 5 minutes.
Okay,
So,
Between you guys and me, I am a what you would call a serial arsonist. I
Oh.
am wanted in 4 states. Montana is not one of them, or is it?
Okay. That's
wow,
specific.
thank you so much. Yeah,
I wasn't even close.
Hey,
It had
I
nothing to
did.
do with
I
TJ
did burn a
Maxx.
TJ Maxx though.
Thank you.
So, you know. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Team Fudge.
All right.
Thank you so much for being on the show. You can follow
thank
Kurt
you.
at Kurt Braunohler on all the apps. Listen to the podcast, even though tomorrow is a total sham. And thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank
Thanks for
you,
coming on.
guys. That was very fun.
Got a little gift coming your way.
I love a gift.
Stop talking about your crimes, guys.
Oh man! All right. Fun fact about Flower Hour: our hilarious writing staff. We actually all live fairly close to each other. David, however, lives in Colorado for some reason. So we flew David out to hang out in my yard. We talked some shit. We got high. We tried different kinds of weed in a series that we like to call the One Hit. Roll it.
Welcome to the One Hit, where our very funny panel talks about all things cannabis.
Today's One Hit is courtesy of Can. It is a cannabis-infused social tonic, and it's tasty. Cheers! Thanks for forgetting to get me one, guys, but
No problem.
I appreciate you sharing.
All right, so today, my question for you guys, what is your earliest memory of weed?
The year was 1994.
Dookie was taken over there.
My dad took me to my first concert, which was Paul McCartney, and I was like, what is that crazy smell?
The cast party for The Tempest, they had it, but I was like, I still gotta face my mom tonight, so I'm not gonna do this.
There's a ski resort in my hometown of Mansfield, Ohio called Snow Trails. I'm not even sure if it was actually cold outside at the ski resort or if people were just exhaling weed smoke. And like they have a cafeteria that serves hot dogs wrapped in foil and like honestly pretty solid curly fries, where the line was always out the door. And I was always like, God, why is the line for food here always so long? And as an adult, now I realize it's because all of the adults and teens and everybody were fucking stoned.
Wow.
Mine was high school, and my friend her dad was a pastor. I can't remember. It was like some Christian denomination. And I was at her house one day, and she was like, I have weed. And I was probably in 10th grade, and I was like, wait, what? And I was like, can I hold it? And I held the weed, and then I was like, I can't, and I handed it back. So I was like, I can't. And I couldn't believe I had just held weed. Roper's flus. The licking.
With their tongue right now.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah, I was very overwhelmed to hold weed. Speaking of overwhelmed, my dog has an OCD looking problem in case that's on camera.
Nice. It is really freaking me out.
My friend's neighbor across the street was older. He was like 5 or 6 years older than us. It was after summer school. We went over to his house. He was like, "You little kids want to get high?" I don't like saying that. He made a bong out of an Aquafina bottle and a Bic pen and tinfoil. They're passing it around. I didn't know anything about weed or how to smoke or anything, so I see that they're putting their mouth to this thing and it's bubbling. I think that they're blowing in it to create bubbles.
Oh, wow.
And then lighting it and sucking it in.
Yeah. Right. Can you imagine, too, to be a young girl and be like, what's a blowjob, you know? I thought I had to blow into it.
I didn't know what a blowjob was, and I had one.
Wow, this conversation,
penis,
different
not
show,
a-
different show.
I'm just saying, bong and blowjob, the classic mistake.
I feel like a lot of our experiences are kind of young. So how were you guys taught about weed in school?
I'll take that. Not at all. You know, like,
Okay.
it was just, all drugs are bad, don't do them.
Yeah.
Keep your head in the sand, don't look over here, right?
I feel like drugs were kind of lumped all in. I never had any type of like, oh, this is specifically what weed will do to you. This is how weed will make you feel.
There was the commercials of like, this is your brain on drugs. And it was, and then I don't think this was taught in school, but it was very much like, oh, those kids not, you know, hanging out by the trash can, those are the druggies.
The
like
trash
that,
kids.
The dumpsters.
Our dare officer would like, this was 5th grade, so how old are you in 5th grade?
11.
Yeah, you're 11 years old, and this man in a policeman's uniform comes in, and he says, like, you know, don't do drugs. If somebody offers you drugs, like, you gotta say no. Just say no, cold shoulder. And I'm like, are people my age doing drugs? Like, are we allowed to be doing drugs? Like, and then he closed every dare lesson with, okay, who wants to see me tase myself in the leg? He would like grab onto a desk and he'd tase himself in the leg and like collapse, and everybody would cheer. I didn't smoke weed until I was 30, so apparently it was effective.
That's all it takes is a stun gun.
And nothing about this man who clearly needed therapy. He's like trying to tase himself to feel something.
Yeah, like.
My dad actually was the dare officer. He just didn't tase himself in the leg.
Oh, that's not standard. That's not
That
standard.
that was not part of his spiel and presentation. But yeah, I feel like we were pretty well scared off drugs. Also, my dad would fucking kill me or my brother.
So here's a game. What would an honest dare officer say if dare officers were honest?
Can I go first?
Yeah.
Hey, man, not that big a deal. I mean, don't do it if you're gonna drive or pick up your kids, but otherwise, you know, pretty cool.
Can I say my dad was the dare officer, and now he smokes pre-rolls and just gobbles down edibles all fucking day long.
Slams weed.
Okay.
Slams. My mom slams weed. My dad gobbles weed.
Nice.
She slams, he cram.
Opposites attract.
Instead of just say no, I wish an honest dare officer would say like, just wait. Just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait. Like, eventually you're gonna be old enough to be like actually depressed, and weed's gonna really, it's gonna really help.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have loved it if a dare officer said, listen, I've done a few drugs. I'm fine. Just, use common sense.
If I were the dare officer, I'd be like, hey man, wait till you're an adult because your brain needs to develop still.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be stupider than you, like, you know, you want to be at like your smart potential, right?
Yeah.
But then, you know, once you're an adult, like with other legal substances, you may try in moderation. Don't go nuts.
I am going to point out you've been holding a can and a joint.
I
mean, that is, can we get more badass than this? Like, you're like, yeah, don't go nuts as you have a can and a joint in your hand.
I didn't want to put it down.
Yeah, that's today's one hit.
With Gborie and the Roz.
I like that.
I think you should. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cheers, Roz.
Cheers. Cheers, Gborie.
That is our show. We're gonna end as we always do, David, sharing how we growed after today's episode. How did you grow today? After today's flower hour.
I grew strong in my resolve that fudge is a great dessert. How did you grow today, Giulia?
I grew today by feeling like maybe I need to be nicer to fudge. Is that weird? Is that a weird answer?
No. That's no. You were confronted with the might of the Fudge Nation, and it's common. It happens to the best of us.
We are going to be back next week, same time, same place. Please like and subscribe. And before we go, we're going to play a very special Flower Hour PSA. Before we do that, I just want to let people know next week we're going to be back with Ashley Ray. And for those of us who didn't catch us yesterday, we did a very special Twitch-only episode. We're going to air it right after this. We had a hilarious time with the wonderful Henry Zebrowski. We're going to restream that right after this episode. So Wowee HQ is going to keep hanging in the chat. But before we do all that, please enjoy this very special Flower Hour PSA, and we'll see you next week.
Bye. Hey, Carl! I got some new stuff. It's called marijuana. You want to try it? Or are you chicken? Back.
What is your problem, dude?
You ever heard of those high school bullies who were going to coerce you into smoking weed? I'm one of those bullies. My motivation is unclear, but what is clear is I'm going to get you to smoke this, you little kitty. Meow, 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 meow,
Are you
meow,
doing
meow.
this for money?
Meow. No, I spent my own money on this. It's very reasonably priced. You're going to smoke it and you're going to have a nice time. Look how cool I look with it in my mouth. I'm going to introduce you to French cinema. Meow, 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 meow. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Girls love it. Boys, too. You shouldn't give it to animals.
I'm actually gonna go to a social thing, and it was an invite. On,
I can come.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pretty sweaty.
Okay, cool.
Tell them. Should we text ahead or? I love.
It's time for Flower Hour with your hosts, David Gborie and Giulia Rozzi.
Welcome to Flower Hour, the show about how to improve life with weed and how to improve the weed in your life. I am one of your hosts, Giulia Rozzi.
And I'm your other host, David Gborie. You saw me in the intro. Guys, usually we don't stream on Tuesdays, but we just love you so much. And we've been reading about love and self-help, and we think we're really going to give it a good go this time. Giulia. Giulia, have you been writing in your weed journal? Your sparkly
weed journal? You mean the sparkly journal? This beautiful sparkly weed journal. Okay, so I did. For those of you who don't know, I've been keeping a weed journal. Basically, I log different kinds of weed that I have so I can sort of keep track on like what does what for me, how much, how it makes me feel, can I be productive, do I fall asleep? Sometimes I like to do some questions in my weed journal just to change it up. So today's entry, I'll go through the questions that I asked myself. Basically I said, okay, so today at 10:45, I smoked some, homegrown, and if my dog could talk, she would say, "Wow, Mom, you're really thriving at this point in your life, and I can't wait to see you thrive even more, and I'm so proud of the work you've done." She talks a lot. She's really on sentences. I also asked myself an invention that I think the world really needs right now, and I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Car horns for different emotions, right? Instead of the same beep, because most of them sound angry. Sometimes you want to give a little toot that says like, "Thank you for letting me in," or "You left coffee on top of your car," or just different horns.
Well, not like, I'm kind of sad. I'm still aggressive, but.
Yeah, you could do that. Or like, I really want some kind of mechanism that says to people, use your fucking blinker. It's right there. It couldn't be closer to the wheel. Just use. Oh. Yes, thank you.
Julia, you just gotta use God's mechanism. Yeah. He gave it to you right here.
What is that?
It's
hand?
my middle finger.
Oh, the finger?
It was.
Got it.
Yeah. Ouch.
Okay, moving right on. My superpower is making most people tell me a secret. And words that I live by, I'm sorry. I constantly apologize for things that are not my fault and have nothing to do with me. David.
Okay.
How about you? What's going on with you? Have you started a journal by any chance?
I did it last night. It's not as good as yours, and it's also on a computer, but I will say, today I smoked memberberry at 8:30 p.m. If I had one wish
today,
it was yesterday. Or sorry, yesterday.
Oh,
it's pretty
okay.
good weed.
Got it.
It's pretty good weed. It's pretty good weed. Okay. If I had one wish, I would let all the dogs out forever. This came because I was watching a documentary on who let the dogs out.
On the song?
You know. Yeah, it's very fun. I'll text it to you. It's very fun. It's like 20 minutes. Do you like that song?
I need to know what it's about.
Yippee-yi-yo! It's not what you think. It is what you think. Okay, my Ben & Jerry's flavor, and this one was really tough for me because I don't like ice cream. I like savory more than sweet, but my Ben & Jerry's flavor would be Bacon Biscotti Bliss, which I'm pretty proud of.
Oh, okay. Into it.
Feels disapproving. Yeah, it's good, right? Because it's the salty and the crunchy.
Yeah.
I'm going to the next thing. The problem with the color yellow. My problem with the color yellow is I don't wear enough of it. Hence me wearing a yellow shirt today. And finally, I live my life by these words. Nugs and 4.
What's Nugs and 4?
It's a basketball. It's a playoffs basketball thing.
I forget we have a lot in common, but we also have things not in common. And that's okay.
It's like we're different people.
Those are our weed. You guys, those are our weed journals. Clearly, we're open books when it comes to weed. Coming up, we're going to talk to comedian Henry Zebrowski about the easy ways that you can smoke weed for social justice and so much more. But for now, coming up, we have a Wowee test drive. This is when a friend of the show, tries out a new product and then makes a video letting us know how it worked for them in real time. Today's test drive comes from best friends Eva and Romy.
Hi guys! Hi. I'm Romy, this is Eva, and today we're going to test drive a product from our friends at Wowee. They sent us Candescent, and it's the Connect strain.
The plan is walk to this party. It's a listening party outside with our friends.
We might smoke on the way there, so when we get there, it's like perfect timing, and then dance for a bit.
We'll have to see if this is good social weed or not. Hopefully it is. And then we'll smoke more, and we'll go to dinner.
Yes, Chinese food, so we're really excited about this.
We like to smoke spliffs.
Yes.
But we have very different needs for our spliffs.
Yes.
So every time we smoke together, which is often, we have to smoke separate spliffs.
Yes.
We're ready!
I do have to say, I like the packaging.
So I guess it's like 10 out of 10 would mean that
it's the best weed you've ever tried.
We don't have a single awkward conversation at this party. It's 4:20 and we are on our way out. Final hill.
We got this. We have made it up the hill. It's a 32% incline. Man, never again. We were fooled into thinking this was it, but now we have, I don't know, 100 stairs. This looks like 100 stairs to me.
We arrived at the party. A lot of steps, got a lot of steps in. and we were not able to smoke on the way because I could barely breathe.
Yes. Round 2. Yeah, the first getting to the party is always a little awkward, and then
we felt awkward for a second, and then we saw our friends and we didn't feel awkward.
Yeah, and then we sung Happy Birthday for this guy that we don't know. Happy birthday! We don't know this guy, but it's his birthday, and it's his house, so.
Shout out to him!
So
we left the party, we Ubered to dinner.
Really excited for dinner, because Chinese food always hits the spot when we're high. We ordered
Now I'm starving. I'm gonna eat a lot.
Now we're a little sleepy.
And still eating more.
After
our whole adventure.
Full adventure, full 6 or 7 hours.
Yep.
So,
Thanks,
yeah.
Wowee.
Thank you for the ride. That was so fun.
Yeah,
Like, you
so-
will be high.
You will be high. That's about as good of a recommendation as I can get from weed. Do you guys want to do a Wowee test drive? Guess what? You can. Hit us up at woweelive.tv/test drive. While you're at it, like and subscribe to Wowee, the best television show that's ever been made.
We are so excited for our guest today. You know him from Your Pretty Faces Going to Hell on Adult Swim, NBC's Superstore, HBO's Crashing, and of course, his fantastic podcast, the legendary Last Podcast on the Left. Please welcome Henry Zebrowski. Hello.
What up? What up?
Nice to see you.
Good to see you guys. How you doing? See my sword?
How's it going?
It's going good, man.
Did you say
I got a sword. Yeah, it's
take
fucking
that
sweet.
Okay.
Okay.
This is fucking, yeah, man.
Is that a
I'll get
rapier?
right into it.
This is a real ass sword. This is right here, man. I
that a
have this for my
rapier?
home. This is to protect my family.
This is.
They
This is to
come from my
protect my
family.
legacy.
They get this. You come from my family. Anyone associated with my family, Giulia, I'll protect your fucking family. I'll protect your family because I like you.
Oh, thank you, but not David's family.
I do. You know what,
I
David?
have
I'm just
no
gonna know you.
family.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
I just storm off.
No, man, it's dead weight. Family's dead weight. We all know this.
No way. I gotta stay fast, running from my problems.
All right, well, I'm going to jump right in and talk about some members of our family. This is where we're going to get some special vote from everyone on Twitch right now. And involves very special family member, Henry, our dogs. We're going to welcome to the stream Henry's sweet baby girl, Wendy.
Let me see if I can get her
surprise.
on
Did you-
camera. Well, no, they told me, but that's the puppy. That's when Wendy's not good on camera. Wendy's being like a Kim Cattrall these days. Wendy
We'll
is
see if
very
Wendy can
shy.
This is
Let me
Mrs.
ask
You can't use
Roller.
a sword to get her on camera?
Natalie, I don't threaten. She's too small. Wendy's 6 pounds. Natalie, can you bring
How
me
big does a
Wendy?
dog have to be for you to fight?
And
And
how
some
does it have to
chips?
be?
Can I have some chips?
Do you?
Wait, I'm so
what
sorry.
do you mean? How
I
big?
have to ask Wowee HQ. Why does my dog have an Instagram that I didn't create? There's an Instagram handle that just came up for my dog.
Shit.
I did
Oh,
not.
it's a
No, that's
hashtag.
fake. Cute dog. Oh, it's a hashtag. I just got so protective. I'm like, I will bring her in the live stream, but I will not exploit her. There's Wendy. That's Wendy.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
well,
All right.
you know what?
Well, that's as far
We
as.
all have stuff that was off
Okay.
camera that nobody expected.
Well, you're dangled in the cords, my daughter. She's fighting a lot. She doesn't understand. There you go. Then welcome to show business. Welcome to show me. You're
Well,
used
this
for
is
the
very
second that you're
cute.
useful, and then we get rid of you. Congrats.
Listen, David deserves an awe too because we just showed our cute dogs, and David, I just found out today before we started filming that he buys himself flowers every week.
That's
I
incredible.
mean, I don't like the way you guys say
Oh,
it. Makes it
there's
sound
your
like I'm
single
sad.
ad.
I'm really,
No, it's not. No, it's not. I think it's
No,
nice.
It's
Coexist.
beautiful.
yeah, that's
This
all
is a
pretty
good, this
real.
is a good time to bring up. David is single for anyone watching who is interested. Here's some fun facts about him, and he also buys himself flowers, and he could buy you flowers every week. So I think that's a really great thing for anyone
It's
watching.
kind of a me thing.
Back to the
It's
dog.
kind of a thing for me.
Well, I don't know if this is going to work now that Wendy's not here, but we just wanted people to vote and say which dog seems more high. Neither of them
Oh.
are.
Oh.
No, yeah,
Which
Wendy doesn't
seems-
handle the dog CBD well. We try to give it to her once, and she doesn't like it.
No.
Yeah, my dog gets more hyper, I
She's-
think. But vote one,
She more
vote
like
one
a-
for Mrs. Roper if you think Mrs. Roper's high, and vote 2 for Wendy. I think Wendy's high. I think Wendy's
She
high.
more
'cause
of
she
like a
ran away,
dog
but-
Merlot kind of situation.
If there was a proper dog wine, I think
Right.
that she'd really like it. Like she does. Like sometimes she'll like sniff my beer, and she kind of looks at me like,
Yeah.
like I feel like she
Oh.
could be into alcohol, which make me like daughter, like father, which would be nice.
I mean,
It'd be
listen,
nice. I honestly,
I don't
I
wanna-
wish I could share a beer with Wendy.
Right. I don't want to be
I'm not gonna tell
grandiose,
you to
but I
do
feel
it.
like we just found a dog-shaped hole in the marketplace, right?
I've been thinking about it. The thing is that like I don't think dogs are even allowed to have grapes. So what
Allowed?
I think
Says
we can't-
who?
You're right.
I think grapes
It
grapes
could
kill
kill
dogs.
Oh.
Kill dogs.
Yeah. It
But
kills
what if
dogs?
we made it? Yeah. What if we made it out of chicken blood?
That's what I'm saying.
Wow,
A
you've
chicken
really done a
blood
lot of
like an
research, huh?
almanac? Like an almanac? I think that's because here's the thing. They can't even
Salty?
drive. Dogs can't even drive. That takes away all the crime right there.
All the bummer part removes it.
All the bad.
You know what I mean? Because then you could just be hammered. Wendy does fucking nothing all day. She's nothing
Yeah.
all day. She serves
Yeah.
no purpose. She's not. We couldn't even get her the service dog like certificate if we wanted to. Like she can't. Like she's 6 pounds. The most she could
Here's
do
what
is
I'm saying.
I could literally eat her guts if we were starving. Even that wouldn't be enough.
Well, that's the sword talking. That's you got to calm down. That's the sword talking.
I'm
You
sorry.
don't want to be that guy.
I haven't smoked today. I haven't smoked today. This is me
Okay.
raw. You're getting me raw dog. This is me raw dog and
You're raw dogging it?
right now. Except for sweet caffeine. But that just brings it all more into horrible focus. Your dog is much higher than my dog.
Weed.
But at the same time, your dog is obviously much higher than my dog. But I also feel like, what do you think, Julia? Like, Wendy's there, and I smoke weed in the house, and I feel like she does. I don't think she gets stoned, but I think that like sometimes, especially if I'm home alone with her, because normally I'll smoke like in the room away, because like my wife does the smoke, so I'll smoke over in the other room just to give her a break from it, right? But every once in a while, when Natalie's not home, I'll have Wendy here, and I'll like, and I know she's getting some because I know that it goes into the membranes
she
of their
loves it.
ears and shit. Yeah, but she must at this point.
Have you seen that commercial?
think
I learned it from
legally
watching
you
you.
cannot-
That's the dog.
I think I'm gonna say legally we are not allowed to think this is funny, or endorse. I don't know.
Well, I'm not
This is a
trying to
job
get her
for David and
stoned.
I.
I'm not trying. I don't want her to be stoned. I want her to be. It's like I can't
Yeah.
remember shit.
Yeah.
You know, like she needs a new. Oh man, you don't have to do anything we do on screen. You don't. You're right. You don't have to do anything that we do. That's why we're experts. We're experts in this lifestyle, and it takes an expert to live this lifestyle. Wendy gets accidentally high. This is all I'm saying. She gets accidentally high.
Yeah, it's okay.
And
It's
it's
okay.
fucking-
It's
it's like,
okay.
yeah, it's not on
I believe
purpose.
it.
But she seems to like it.
Wait, but we're not talking about underage. We're talking about dogs. Okay,
Yeah,
this is crazy.
Wendy's 9.
Hey,
She's older than me. You know, she's an old woman. She needs weed. I got my mom on weed now. She's so much more fucking pleasant. As soon as she started understanding edibles, because first she got the weed edible and she would like, I take it a little bit for pain. And she eats it and she's just like, oh, that's enough. And I was like, Mom, you fucking used to smoke Thai sticks in fucking 1970. It's like not the same shit anymore, right? Like this is like, you can smoke this, right? And so then she went, and then now she would like this Christmas, because everybody had COVID for Christmas. And so she literally discovered truly the power of edibles on COVID, where like she just ate a bunch of them and she's like, hey, Tom, you wouldn't believe how amazing Highlander is. Because she's been watching that Highlander show, which is all sex. Like she just sits and
from the
watches
late
this
80s,
all-
early 90s.
No,
Your
there's
mom
a
just
new-
got Highlander.
It's a new television show. that's about a modern woman goes to Highlander time. Like they go through a portal to ancient Scottish times, and then all she does is get railed. In
Scottish
time
times?
Wow.
Wow.
Scottish times.
Does she cut off heads? Am I thinking of a different Highlander?
No, I don't know. They might be different extended
I'm
universes.
I'm thinking of There Can Be Only One.
Yes. My mom watches
Okay.
another one with magic Scottish people, and then all this woman did was take a time travel trip to the Bone Zone.
This just in from
Wait,
HQ.
I have a
I think it's
question.
Outlander. Sorry.
Thank you.
Oh, Outlander.
Outlander.
Wait, so Last Podcast on the Left now has its own weed, am I correct?
Yes, we've started our own vape line, and we're going to be moving into edibles. Not edibles. We're going to be moving into flower, actual physical flower, and hopefully very, very soon. It's been a very special project for me, obviously, because I love sweet, icky, sticky terpenes. I like it up in my blood. I like it in my nose. I like it in my throat, and I need it, and I feel like it helps the world. I think it really does. And a part of when we started to work and create our own weed line was how unfair it is that we can go and start a whole business, and then there's a bunch of people still in jail for a thing that is much less worse than alcohol. I've made much worse decisions hammered than I ever have while stoned. Stone keeps me safe. Because Stone keeps me inside of my fucking house. And what this does, what we said to do is we work with an organization called Last Prisoner Project to make sure that if we're making money on weed, I want to make sure that at least a chunk of that is going towards getting people out of jail for weed. And so they work towards there's 40,000 people currently still in jail for weed.
So how can people support I know you just said you have vapes right now, so how can people support that and get your
So
product?
you can
Is it
go
on your website.
There are certain dispensaries that have our vapes there, like Higher Path in Sherman Oaks. It's all California right now. It's all LA. We have one. There's Whedon in San Diego. There's another spot. We're about to start getting into. We might be working on a deal with MedMen, and that would get it all over the state. And it's just spot by spot right now. There's a place called Roots in Sherman Oaks that carries our weed, and we're slowly expanding. But you'd have to go to that. You can dial. I believe it is 1-800-CANNABIS that you can dial, and you can get our weed as well. But it's all within California. But we're expanding
That's
to
a real
Washington
number people
soon.
can call?
Yes.
That sounds like narc shit. I'm just going to say it.
That's what I said. That's literally when they said it. I was like, 1-800-CANNABIS. You would give this to me. I was fucking high, and you gave me this. Be like, yeah, call this one. I'd be like I could just see the sheriff picking up the phone, where are you? Yeah, I'll be there in 30 minutes. I'll bring you your fucking your bullshit. Yeah, and then all of a sudden just come and just wail on me and my family. But no, it's
nobody's
legit.
gonna wail on you and your family. You
No,
got a sword.
not unless you pay for it. You have to pay for that's extra. That's extra money. You got to tip your dealer.
I have a question.
Yep.
May I ask you a question? Let's get real. Let's take off.
Please.
Let's take off the masks. We're just three
Thank
dudes
God.
sitting down,
Love
getting
it.
real.
3 dudes.
You know what I mean?
My blood pressure is high.
Last
yeah. You want to talk about that? You want to talk about lipids?
We want to talk about lipids. All the cannabinoids, really.
No.
Oh, are your pressures high? Are your sugars up?
I'm dying. I have the blood pressure of a guy that lets flights land. What's that called? Flight controller?
Do they have high blood
air
pressure?
tower? I have very
air
high
traffic controllers.
Air traffic
comptroller. You have the blood pressure of a comptroller.
Yes, of a local accountant, city style. I'm very sick. I don't feel good.
Listen, I'm doing bad. Listen, last podcast on the left. You go in on all things paranormal, crime, cults, conspiracy theories. I can't talk. It doesn't matter. Here's my question. It doesn't matter. Would conspiracy theories even exist without weed?
I mean, I would argue that it would weed didn't help. But the thing is that the real shit that got the stuff that led to the truly like for serial, the stuff that led to the Oklahoma City bombing, like literally, there was entire white power structure that created what happened during the Oklahoma City bombing. Like Timothy McVeigh was just the very end of that. Like he wasn't a man who worked alone. He had a lot of help. He had a whole infrastructure, and all of that.
Some
material,
fans would call him the tip of the sword.
Some, yeah, tip of the spear. Tip of the spear. That is said quite a bit. But a lot
I've been
of that,
on that dark Reddit.
Yeah, you remember.
It's not safe over there. It's not safe.
It's not. But material like the Turner Diaries and the Protocols of the Elders of Zion and all of that stuff that built up the backbone of things like Behold a Pale Horse, that was first like alternative thought, but all of that was actually spread through the various gun fairs and the gun movement. It was all right-wing shit that, to be honest, was pretty fucking sober, which I think was almost the problem. I would say that.
Can I ask a question? Giulia's gonna hate this tangent. Behold a Pale Horse. That wasn't real, right? It was always to me a book that like kids who went to juvie read. You know what I mean? Like they'd be like,
wait, why am I gonna hate this tangent?
I just didn't think. I don't think it was something you would like. Have you read? You know what it is? It's like a conspiracy book.
No, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I am enjoying watching you two talk.
Bill Cooper is a very famous, like the beginnings of like modern conspiracy thought comes through him. The thing is that can you trust the government? No, the government has manipulated us in very different ways. But for me, like that conspiracy arm talks all about population control and this idea that, and it all blames Jewish people, right? So it's this anti-Semitic stripe saying that they are part of these secret societies that are trying to lower the population so it would be easier to control, which seems to be not what the government really wants. The government wants your fucking money. They want your money, and they want your physical body to be at a factory making things. They want you working to yourself to death, and they want you making products and staying in those jobs. That's really what they want. I think the grand conspiracy is more along those lines, where things like Behold the Pale Horse, like it gets really over the top about a bunch of shit that is probably fake, but it's kind of a little bit of what there's an inkling of truth in the fact that that the U.S. government especially looks at us like we're a bunch of like little worker robots, and that's why they don't really care for our lives. They don't really. It's not really so much that they're trying to kill us; they just don't care that we die. Is this really heavy?
No,
this is great. I mean,
this is a regular Tuesday afternoon for me, brother.
I mean, me too.
My relationship with conspiracy theories is, I don't know. I'm one of those people that's like, most things I'm like, yeah, I guess that could be true. But I also, the dark holes, I'm very sensitive. Some may call me an HSP and highly sensitive person, perhaps an empath. I don't know. These are all new terms. Back in my day, I was just called a little bitch that cried a lot. But now there's nicer words, and I'm grateful for that. But if I go down these conspiracy holes too hard, I get very sad. And so what
you're raising the future. You're raising the future.
I am.
You can fix it.
And I'm gonna say the future. I got a kid. She's really fucking cool. And you know, I'm really putting it on her shoulders. She's gonna fix it.
Our whole crew. You guys are a part of our whole crew, because like what I think is really funny is that during quarantine, we were all hardcore comedians. Like everybody was like did not live a real life. Everyone didn't get married until at least 35. And so like when all of my buddies ended up having babies within this last year, and which is really interesting because when I first heard like our buddy Sina Ghaznavi, when he told me he was having a baby, my first thought was like, man, you're so young. And then he's like, I'm 38. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. We didn't live a lot. We didn't do this. We never did all this normal shit until now. Now we're catching up. And but his
as a
all of the
25-year-old, I don't understand, but
I don't know. But I started looking at all the new kids, and now each of the infants, I just go up and go, okay, you're gonna have to fix the climate. Okay, just so you know, you're gonna
be living in a cloud.
You're really gonna need to figure out classism. Okay, and I just get real close to their head, just being like, we're fucking over. Our whole generation fucked up. All we do is make
And they start screaming, crying.
Yeah, and then
that's
they're
what
like,
kids like.
and be like, get used to it. Get fucking used to it.
And then you
Get a
wonder
job.
why they're scared of Santa because this bearded man face just came up into their shit.
You have to help us. We have to. We're all gonna sink into the ocean. You have to fix it.
They're like, I think you have a cavity.
I try to help
So
kids.
is there-
I
is
try to
there-
help these kids.
Is there?
If you want to
is there
text freedom to
crazy-
24365, you can actually help the Last Prisoner Project. I have all the
Call
materials.
1-800-CANNABIS and text freedom.
Yeah, text the word
What is the
freedom to
craziest-
24365. That's true.
To 24365 cannabis.
Yes. Yes.
What's the craziest thing you felt like you needed people to know when you were high? Because I know for me, sometimes when I get super high, I get a lot of thoughts. And I sometimes need to tell them to whoever will listen. Usually it's my poor husband who's like, can I please sit in silence? And I'm like, no. But what's the craziest like conspiracy thought theory? If maybe not even conspiracy theory, but just the craziest thought you feel like you needed the world to know when you were high?
I mean, the thing is that you say like crazy thought, and in my mind, it's not a crazy thought. It's all the shit that people have been saying. That high conversations that I have sober, that I really believe in. The idea that we are all
I agree with
patched
you.
in. Yeah, like we're patched into a neural network, and as a species, all of us as humans we're all connected, right? Right, by this sort of like our consciousness is not local. It's beamed up for like we are just robots, like we're meat computers walking around, and then consciousness is beamed in from up top. We're connected by that big old network, and then I really do believe that what people say is magic is actually just this idea that number one, we're in a consensus reality. Each one of us generates an entire universe within the 3 pounds of jelly that is our brains. So I generate the universe every second that I'm conscious, and so do you, and so do you, and so does everybody else. And so we all get together and we decide what is reality, which means if we actually really did harness it, you could change reality because it's only as thick as this. It's only as thick as these eyeballs and what you're seeing. So like one by one, if people did all sort of, do the woo thing, I'm not talking about buy the world a Coke or whatever, but like if everybody did kind of harness this idea that you can use your present consciousness to change your future, it would change a lot of shit. And then the idea of looking on the long term, looking like this idea that we're trying to build a sustainable world. And like, I don't know, maybe, we might need a little bit more like Isaac Asimov than PKD to actually like move towards a better future. But we have to visualize it and create it.
Who those people are.
Philip K. Dick, I'm sorry. Philip K. Dick,
Asimov
who's a
is
very
robot
dystopian.
writer.
Yes.
Can I say, I like what you're saying. I will say your vibe makes me feel like a YouTube I was too scared to click on. Does that make sense? Like, I like the words coming out, but the motions is a lot for me.
This is
Does
what
that
I
make
get
sense?
a lot.
But I like it.
This
I
is
like
how
it.
I feel. I
get it.
agree. I even hate that I asked the question, what was the thing you wanted to share when you were high? Because I think I even said this on the last episode last week. I've been really conscious lately about not saying, oh yeah, like blaming my thought. I'm like, yeah, I'm just like really high right now, because I do have all the same thoughts when I'm not high. It's just that getting stoned removes a little bit of the filter of like, maybe you shouldn't say that out loud. You know what I mean? It just kind of makes me vomit it out loud. And sometimes I'm actually, I think, a little bit more eloquent because I can find the words to match the thoughts. But you talking just now, it made me leave my body. And because I agree with all of it. It's just, I think no, it's not scared. I think that people don't go there because for me a little bit, there's like, okay, cool. And then what? Do you know what I mean? Like, I agree. I want to harness all this energy for good. I want to click into that universal consciousness and whatever. But so many people don't, or so many people are broken and kind of go the evil route that it's almost like, cool, I know that there's magic, but like, what do I do with it?
It's all local. In my mind, the way I break it down is that the way it broke down, like, When I started looking at the very beginning of wanting to be like a professional comedian, the way my brain seemed to work back in the day was breaking it up into a bunch of practical steps, right? Like the idea of, what do I need to do to get a manager? What do I need to do the next thing? And then the next thing, and then kind of built into things like, what are things that just me can do? And I started to do that, put together, with Murder Fist, we put together our own live shows, and then the live shows kind of begetted themselves, and then you put yourself into the scene, and then we were like a part of a stand-up scene, and you just bit by bit, practical steps. We eventually created a life where we get to live off of comedy, which is partially both impossible and very lucky, but also very attainable. And I feel like the same thing applies to opening your consciousness to helping other people and then being that vision for somebody else, where to me, what I just try to do is I try to be as decent as possible while appearing evil. My favorite thing is to be a Satanist who does good deeds for people, because I think what it shows up front is anybody who tells you they're a good guy is a bad guy for the most part. Priests, yes. Politicians, they're all secretly just bad guys. Jim Gaffigan. These people, I don't know anything about Jim Gaffigan. I think he might be very nice, but he does talk directly to the Pope.
Let's put the disclaimer on the screen.
Yeah.
I love Jim.
Yeah, I love him. He's apparently very nice. But he does talk directly to the Pope.
First name basis?
Jim?
Yeah.
I'm buddies with Jim Gaffigan.
That's incredible.
Okay, flex.
I mean, not we don't talk all the time. I'm not flexing. What I was going to flex about...
That's
crazy.
Oh,
God, I hate that this is live because I can't go back and be like, see, this is what I was saying earlier when I say sorry too much. I'm not sorry. This is who I am. What I was going to say is I say that I don't know how to harness all this shit, but then meanwhile at 5:30 tonight, I do have my online Zoom witch coven with my friends from college where we do moon spells. So I am
piece
doing
by piece
the
by
Lord's
piece.
work.
And then every single time you do something like that, I really do think it's local, and you do piece by piece by piece. Somebody else sees you do it, and they kind of get into it. And I also think it's also about treating your again. It's just nice. You treat your fellow man as you would treat yourself. And I think that's I know that it's a Christian thing, but I think every religion talks about it, and I think that it's the only thing that truly matters, because there is no difference between you and me. We are literally the same person.
I love talking about consciousness and collective consciousness and that kind of stuff. It was more so to listen, not you, but to go deep into... I'm glad that you go down the deep, dark holes of conspiracy theories, because for me to do it, I just think I would have a panic attack and start crying the second they talk about the sad stuff. I can't.
The one thing that we've lost in this country is the ability to hold two disparate thoughts in your head and not allow the other one to infect the other. I can go and read a bunch of conspiracy theories and my goal is to put two thoughts of it's real and not real in my head at all times, and try to understand that no matter what's happening, there's a middle way. Reality is a lot more subtle than what's on any sort of website or what's in front of you. There's a middle way always between all of that shit. And maybe it takes years of mushrooms and weed, or maybe it just takes this idea that not everything that enters and not everything you read is true. So you can always kind of put your, you should check your sources and look at it and what feels real. What do you know from people around you? Mm-hmm. What have you experienced when you've dealt with the government? Because the one thing I know about the government is that they're not really good at anything. So this idea that they, especially these days, this idea that they are capable of these mass archetypes, these huge architectural conspiracy, it's been I fucking doubt it. You know what I mean? Look at all these, it's all these shit. Most of these guys, Mitch McConnell hasn't eaten at a Burger King in fucking years. He doesn't know what people are actually like. You know what I mean? They don't know what people are like. They don't know. And they also don't know how to fucking do anything. They're just sitting in the office. All they do is get elected. Whatever.
It's hot.
That's what I get to. I just realized that they're just not very capable.
Did you just say you're hot?
Yeah, the heat got turned up.
It does.
It's my Unimind.
Honestly, when I
It's me
meet,
trying
it's
to
like
connect to your consciences.
when I met my wife, what I liked is that she was like just as nuts as like I am, and it helps because both of us were both people that like when people meet us, they're like, "You're like intense," you know, and you're like, "Yeah, it's just like this all the time, 24/7."
Yeah,
there's really not.
I gotta
a lot of
live
small
like
talk.
this.
I gotta live like this. Look at these hats. Look at this hat. You know what I mean? This is my whole fucking life. I got a sword. You know? Just trying to bring a service. Just trying to bring a service to people.
I'm gonna switch gears just for a quick second. We are gonna close the poll soon. The very important
Probably good.
poll of which dog seems more high.
We already got
you know,
here.
consciousness, smonchiousness, but which dog seems more high? That's what this show is about. I think it's also
It
about
means something.
So, this is the real work, people.
It
But you
is.
know what though?
Look at
It is
that.
because if
Oh
looking
my
at these
God.
two cute dogs bring people joy, and then they close this live stream and they're nice to the bus driver or the coffee shop person, you know, that's where I believe in like the minutia of stuff. Like I don't know
Yes.
about you guys, but I get like so tingly. I said this to my husband the other day. We were leaving. I don't know. We went to go pick up food somewhere, and I walked out with the bags of food, and I was like, oh, I just had the most lovely interaction with the person who gave me the food. And he's like, what happened? I'm like, I don't know, just the way they said hi and the way I said hi. And then like, I made sure I was wearing a mask, so I really made sure to like smize with my eyes. I was like, and like really
Yeah,
like
that's my
looked in their
mask
eyes,
smile,
and I was
though.
like, have a great, yeah. I was like,
That's
in
how
my
I
mind,
smile
was,
with the
like,
mask.
Glowing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're being joked. In my mind, I was glowing, but it probably was me going, have a great day! Like, just looking insane. But, anywho.
No, man, that's my main thing too. Is like I don't know what to do. That's like there's a little bit of like survivor's guilt because especially during quarantine, like I'm working from home, and you know the government's telling me to like have people come to my house and bring me shit. They're not robots; they're all human beings. So every single time someone came to the house to bring me groceries, I was just handing them money. Where I'm just like, please. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you have to bring me these things. And so I was just trying to like pay it forward because it was a struggle.
Yeah.
I get it. My pandemic tip game was high. Very high.
Yeah.
High tips.
Yeah.
Wait,
It was
okay,
just...
we're going to close the poll. We're going to close the poll. No longer vote on the poll.
You can't vote on the poll anymore.
All right,
Wendy obviously is very comfortable. Honestly, but if I had known that you were trying to find out which was super high, I could have maybe found a higher picture, but she's just always asleep.
No, that's okay.
You know, we're
She's
just
just always
we're just trying to keep it on theme.
Yeah. Listen, not
You
only
know.
keeping it in the interest of keeping things on theme, Giulia and I, we don't just talk about weed and which dog is higher. We also talk about marijuana and food, specifically the difference between is it better to eat marijuana or get really high and just eat really good food. Do you have an opinion on that?
I absolutely do.
Oh, I do.
I am sort of over weed in food. I'm sort of over it.
Saying.
There is just nothing better in this fucking green, beautiful world of ours than smoking a joint. And as the food arrives, right? Especially if you go out to the car, like, you know, sometimes you go out to a restaurant. I've done that. I've literally driven to a restaurant, get in the car, and I smoke inside of the car, and then I get out like ready to be dazzled, fucking feed my fucking ass. Because the thing is about weed and food is that eventually, towards the end, I did this once. Our buddy's we had a bachelor party, and he had this like highly curated weed meal at the end of it, where they came, they showed it through like the open little jars of like weed things. They're like, smell the terpenes. And then they were like, this is what's in the braised pork. And you're like, okay, you know. And so everybody's eating all the stuff, all the weed food. And by the end of it, it was just, everyone was petrified. It was like a 2-hour meal. Everyone in the end was just like, I thought It felt like there was like microphones in the ceiling. Like it was that style where like we're all losing our fucking minds. I was like, this isn't fun at all. I feel like a crazy person.
You're not supposed to build up during the meal. You're supposed to be as high as you're going to be before you eat. That's like the whole, to me at least, that's always seems to be the point. Like, I don't want to get, I've eaten 3 courses. I don't want to get higher. That's not how I work.
And then it rolls. Because that's the thing, too, is that because now it's in your system. So then you just keep getting higher for like another hour. And then you're sitting and being like, I'm going to have to go to the hospital. Like, this is like, I'm literally about to have a panic attack. And it shouldn't be like this. I thought this was going to be relaxed. No, I just like food.
Yeah, I agree. I'm 100% on team smoke some weed or an edible. I talked about these last week. I discovered these fast-acting edibles for when you need to get high fast.
Fast-acting?
Throughout the holidays. Yep,
No
they're
shit.
called Wana brand. Yep, they sell them in California. And they were great at Christmas because my sister would be like, oh, mommy and daddy should be here soon. And I'd be like, great, because I knew that meant we were going to eat within the next like half hour. And it was fantastic. Oh, wait, first I got the poll
I've been taking
results.
a lot of tincture. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, the poll results. This is very important to Wowee HQ. We got a total of 20 votes. Watch out, Internet.
Yeah.
11 for Mrs. Roper, 9 for Wendy. So close.
That was close, though.
I guess
It was
Mrs.
a tight
Roper.
race, though.
Mrs. Roper won. Did she win? What did she win? She's napping on the floor.
That's all she needs.
Henry, we know that you're borderline fetishy about exotic meats. Personally, I've been known to be somewhat of a savage when it comes to a nice, organic, free-range rotisserie that I made myself. It gets very personal. It's a whole thing. I'm like,
You make
very
your own
excited to let you know
rotisserie?
that we were going to play a game. Well, I don't make rotisserie. I roast the chicken.
That's what I wanted to say. I was really impressed.
Yeah,
No, there's no
You have a
spindle. No, there's no
rotisserie?
spindle. It's just a roasted. No,
I love a roast chicken,
I'm sorry,
though.
I used the wrong word. It's just.
Wait, did you come from a family where when I went out to a restaurant as a kid, my mom also very rare. She never went to a restaurant. She was like, I can make this at home. Like she never wanted to go out to eat, even though she can't make it at home. But like, did your mom or your dad do the same thing that mine did, where like we'd go out and if you try to order chicken, my mom's like, don't order chicken. We eat chicken at home. Like she was obsessed with never buy chicken at a restaurant.
Chicken specifically, or was it like Was it other
she's like-
thing? Was it like,
Because we
hey,
did eat a lot of-
because I don't eat spaghetti in restaurants.
I think it's because she thought that chicken was like cheap meat. She was just like, we eat chicken at home. And she did make chicken a lot at home. But then she would be like, get some, it's like, because my dad always would give me the buffet rules that if you go out to a buffet, he's like, always get the shrimp and the steak because that's what you get your money's worth. So you get all the seafood, you get all the expensive items first and don't fill up on all the cheap shit.
Right.
Did your parents
Tomatoes are for
do
suckers,
to go
get you a
from the
lox.
buffet even though they weren't supposed to?
What? What's that you?
'Cause my mom did. My mom does
What?
to go from the
Your
buffet
mom stole
even
from
though
the-
she's not supposed to. No, she
Oh, yeah,
didn't
of course.
steal.
My mom-
She's gonna. It is all she can eat, just not in that moment.
My mom used to put a gallon Ziploc bag in her purse. And then we'd go through, she would fill it up with stuff, and she'd come up to you. This is a joke in our family now. She'd go, take this, put it in my purse. And she would just take, like, plates of muffins, all this type of stuff. And she would just fill it through. And we were fine. Like, it wasn't like we needed to be on a bread line. You know what I mean? She just would do it, and then we'd eat off of that for like 2 days.
No, it's continental breakfast rules. I like that.
You put it out.
Yeah,
You know
she
what I mean?
can't help herself.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna play a game called Meats and Greens. Are you ready?
Yes.
Meats and Greens. That's the name of the game. All right, we're gonna show you an exotic meat. You tell us what kind of weed, and I guess maybe like what type of, sativa indica hybrid, or maybe like edible, whatever you want. So what type of weed and what type of vegetable you would pair with it to make it an amazing dish. Okay.
Oh, damn.
First
Okay.
up, we've got grilled elk rib chops. Pair
Ooh,
this
grilled
with
elk
some
rib.
kind of weed and a veggie.
Honestly, I would like a nice indica with this. Get real. That's a high energy protein. Lean meat. Sativa. It's a lean protein. So probably do sativa. It's probably real good after a workout. So if I was gonna do that, like that's because that's obviously Rogan's home that you just showed a picture of, and so like I feel that I would do kettlebells, and then I'd eat that, and then with the indica, I'd smoke the indica before that, get a pre-workout in, and then do that, eat that with like a nice, seriously, and just really expand my mind and then shed the vaccine, eat that, then I get a bunch of a nice sweet potato with that, with butter in it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Down. All right. Next
That
one.
was for
This
real.
sounds great.
All
I'm
right.
hungry.
Next one. Sounds impossible to say 3 times fast. Ostrich sausage. Ostrich sausage. Ostrich sausage. Ostrich sausage.
Ostrich sausage. Ostrich
What
sausage.
type of weed and greens would you pair with ostrich sausage?
I think that would be good if you chopped it up and put it in a fucking pasta or something. I bet you that's kind of dry. That's
what I like.
Because ostrich meat is pretty. Again, it's in the lean game meat. I would say, again, man, high-powered sativa because it's a lean meat. It's lean. You got to put sausage in there. There has to be some kind of fat element in there for it to be a sausage. So, like,
yeah, it's a sausage.
But it looks kind of dry.
I think that picture looks dry. It's still going to come out like a sausage, right? It's going to be juicy. It's going to have the bits of fat in there and whatever else.
Bad.
I think this is not a good representation. I don't think this is a good picture.
I would if I was in Australia, I'd eat it, but I don't know if I'd just like bring that to my home. But yeah, if I had it, I would probably smoke a high-powered sativa. I'd eat that with like another, like honestly, if you mix it into a pasta, it might be really good. If you cut the casing and you put all the crumbles out, it might be good with something like that, with like a bunch of carrots, maybe carrots and onions and all that kind of cooked into a big like butter thing. Like you kind of make it sort of like an ostrich sausage meat bolognese with a bunch of tomatoes mixed into it. Oh, fuck yeah. And then you put it over like, gnocchi.
Okay.
Hungry.
Hi.
I like that.
All right,
I'm
this
starving,
next
man.
one, we're going to get real Ren Fair.
It's looking like
Oh,
poops.
God, that looks disgusting. We're going to get
Yep,
real. I
that
hope
does
no
look like a
vegans
big
are
poop.
watching this. We're going to get real
Yeah.
Ren Fair.
That's when I
Here,
know
the
I'm healthy.
Next one is entire smoked cow leg.
What is that?
That's incredible. An entire smoked cow leg? That's
Yeah.
fucking
Oh,
awesome.
without the meat? It's just the leg.
That's the meat. It's just the
Oh,
leg.
yeah, man. I haul on that, man. I don't need any fucking vegetables. Get out of my fucking face with the vegetables with that. I just chew on that. I take around that, man. I go and go look at the beer wenches get all covered in suds, and then I go watch the big man fight all the dogs. Because they have some of those. If you go to those illegal ones where they'll have like a big, huge man and a bunch of dogs trying to bite him, and his job is to choke him
Whoa,
out.
one man
That's kinda
versus
fun.
like 3 dogs?
That would be fucking dope. That's a real.
I
That's
thought
a
that
real
was just
game.
a nightmare I had recurring.
No. Well,
For some
and
reason,
technically,
looking at this photo, when I said smoked cow leg, I just kept imagining like a cartoon cow lady, like opening the slit in her dress and then
Yeah,
showing
doing
like
the-
a sexy leg. And
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
And then like a
trying to get
horny
out of a
wolf takes a
traffic
bite of
ticket.
it.
You know how those cows.
yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
I think about that horny
I get
wolf
it.
all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah, I would eat that.
No,
Chew.
no veggie with this.
No
No,
veggie.
fuck that. What are we? What is this?
Wow.
Oh, we're at a Ren Fair, man.
Wow.
I guess you know what?
Breaking the rules.
Most, you know what at most I would have with this? Fucking cob of corn with it.
Okay. Okay. That's like another meat in itself. Okay. This is a little suggestive, HQ.
Hey, man, someone's crossing all the
Wow.
right streams.
Wowee HQ.
Yummy yum. Yummy yum. She wouldn't last long as my wife. Send her straight to my belly hell. That's where she'd go.
It's hell because of all the different kinds of meats you eat at once.
You just
all
see
right.
all the.
It's just
Good
like
Lord.
just a stew of
God,
forbidden
who
sinew.
makes this? You know what? It's not even like the fact that it exists. It's more like there's a man who got up every day and he set out all the mylar and he made the cast and like he drew it out beforehand. Like he had to go to AutoCAD or something to design 3D sculpt that shit. Like there's a lot of work went into making that sexy cow.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
whom?
It's like a prolonged horny. You can't just be horny for 10 minutes and do that. That's like a couple
No.
of days.
That's like a life of farm horny. And then who buys that? That's fucking.
Yeah,
that's
but
like that was like in Epstein's house.
But that's how I feel about a lot of things where it's like, was it supply and demand? Like, was there a demand?
Something.
Oh,
happened.
there had to be a
For that?
demand. I think that people want that.
You know what's
People-
even? You
people
know what?
want that.
You know what else also bugs me about this? They're so fucking classless. They didn't even put any cups on the udders. So she's just walking around like that. Put some cups on the udders. Give it some support.
Oh no! I'm not with that. Free the udders. Free the udders. I'm a free the udders guy.
But if
I don't want cups on
these
udders.
cows are already dressed and sexy, maybe Giulia, you can talk about this. If you got this sexy, right? Is it a part of the lingerie? The reveal.
I don't know. I've
You
been in
want
a pandemic.
You
I
want
just had a
6?
baby.
It's like 6 cups. There's so many udders. That's like 6 extra cups.
But if you want to build up the
I got
transition
5
before I
layers
get
of
down there,
sweats on right now.
because obviously that's for somebody to get under there and start like sucking on all the udders.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
I
also
will
outside
say
of my pay
Nightmare
grade on this
Laughs-
one. I don't know what they want.
Yeah.
Nightmare Laughs in the chat did say, I mean, we're arguably enjoying it, so got a
Yeah.
good point there.
I've gotten a lot of
Do we
fun
have
out of
one last one?
We have one last one. We're gonna take this down to the bayou then with that's a gator. That's a
gator.
That's a gator.
I love
tail
gator.
right there.
I like gator, man. I like gator. It is. I mean, that has got. To be honest, you want collard greens with that. That's a good side. Cornbread would be really good with that. There's a place in NOLA that I have gotten very high and have walked to. It's called Koshan that does like fried alligator nuggets.
I've been to Koshan, and it is very good. Oh man, small world. I guess not that small a world. Very.
No, but
not a
it's-
lot of places to eat alligator.
There, honestly
is
though,
good.
depending on where you go, there are a lot of places to eat alligator. But to me, if I'm gonna have it, I want it to be like nice, because you're eating a fucking dinosaur.
I had an alligator
I've had
sausage
bad gator.
or hot dog.
Yes. What was that?
How'd you like it?
I liked it. It was like alligator sausage. It was our alligator hot dog. Our friend Steve does this. He's part of this hot dog festival every year in Chicago. We went once and we tried like all these unique kinds of hot dogs. Like there was gator hot dogs. There was, I want to say ostrich. Does that sound right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
How was that? Honestly, that must have been very. Does it taste fishy?
I don't remember. I've kind of been on a weird journey with meat lately, so I'm not loving this.
Put it on my tombstone. What?
Oh, did it have a good snap? Did it like snap like a Nathan's?
Did it snap?
It was a very long time ago. It didn't mean that much to me as it meant to you, so...
Damn. No, I think about this shit all the
You're not
time.
You're not a dogster.
I just
Wait, so what are you having with the gator?
collard greens.
Oh, you said the cornbread and everything.
Absolutely,
Oh.
What am I
cornbread,
doing?
collard greens. I would have it with beans, like a really nice set of beans. What did I have it the last time I went to Koshan? Oh Lord, I want to go back so bad. I just went. I had a big hamburger. God, it was so fucking good. God, I miss it. Just I'm so sick. My cholesterol's
Someone
so
just
high.
pointed out that I say hot dog. I
Hot
do
dog.
say hot dog.
Hot
Hot
dog.
dog. I've said that my whole life.
Hey man,
Because you're
Hot
from
dog.
the East
Hot
Coast.
dog.
That's how they say it up
Hot
there.
dog? Just sounds like I'm trying
That's
to.
a
I'm
Western
go
thing.
hot dog.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm from
Hot
Queens.
dog.
You know how long it took me to not stop calling a hot dog? You mean like we're all from Queens, so that's how it is.
I grew up in Boston with immigrant parents. I don't know what my accent. I'm just me. Listen, yep. That's what I grew up with. You guys, before we go, I love just changing the subject completely what's written in my script.
Do
But
it.
before we go, I don't know about you, but we all probably spend a lot of time on Zoom, talking into the camera. But have you ever taken a moment to stop and really look around the Zoom? Like look in the corners of the Zoom and see what's going on. It's actually really beautiful inside of Zoom. So HQ, if you could move us out of the way so we could actually look into the Zoom, kind of what's going on deep in this. It's beautiful.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my God, Zoom's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
It looks like the
is.
Elven world in
It's
Lord
Fern
of the
Gully.
Rings. Galadriel.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying words.
Galadriel's right there. She's just waiting to take a bath in the river. And
Yeah.
then you've got
Is that a
the-
river
you've
or a
got-
pond? I gotta say, I don't love stagnant water.
I don't either. I'm not a river person in any way, shape, or form. I think when people
No, I
say
like a
stuff
river. I don't like a pond.
I don't like a lake.
It's leech country. You don't like a
I don't
lake?
like
Well, a
any-
big lake. What about like a Great Lake?
It's gross.
They got waves.
I think it's gross. No, it doesn't. It's full of muck. I'm a city mouse. I'm a city mouse. I like a
can
pool.
tell. Yeah.
I like a
hot
pool.
dog. I hear you.
I like a controlled environment. I like to be in a pool, like a hot tub, like a hotel room.
Yeah.
We went up to my
Yes.
Natalie's grandma lives up in like off of the I forget which lake up in Michigan. We went up there and they're like, and you go in there and it's just full of things with things that grab you and it's all gross and stinky. The lake, the water's stinky, and then you go the Atlantic Ocean, so scary, so big and scary, and so is the Pacific, it's so big, scary, and then but Gulf of Mexico's
waves.
nice. The Gulf of Mexico's really that's where we want to go. It's the Gulf of Mexico. Still,
All right, what
I
else is
celebrate-
going on in the Zoom?
that's
Yeah,
what this
zoom
reminds
in.
me of. Whoa! It's a snack tree. Oh shit!
Well, this is like
That's
a,
what we need.
They got
like
a-
a CDS tree.
We need to plant this in Skid
they got-
Row.
That's a
That's
really
where it
good
needs to be.
idea.
I eat all my frozen pizza off the tree. Just farm the table. I don't like
Locally
Yeah.
sourced.
intermediaries.
You're a real locavore.
FTT, yep.
Yeah, everybody says that about my
Yeah.
Red Barons. I like them local. Can we zoom out even further? Is that possible? Oh no!
Ah, God damn it! Each time, as soon as I trot, this is what I'm
There's-
saying about the wilderness. Oh, they got to him.
Oh man.
I didn't know that they
There's
got
one
to
in every
OANS.
fantasy tree.
Wow, there's always one.
He's the leader of. He's the leader of the Nut Keepers.
That is adorable.
He's proud. He's the person answering the phone at 1-800-cannabis or whatever.
Yeah, it's that guy. It's that guy.
Yeah, Paige just sending it right to the police. Jesus fucking Christ! I love. I mean,
Can we
honestly,
zoom out even? Can we zoom out even further? Can we see the whole?
holy fucking
see?
shit! It was just a horse's bush.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
it's like the end
my
of Men
God.
in Black. You didn't know. You've been
Wow.
an alien's marble sack this whole time.
I fucking wish. I wish that's true, man.
Wow, it's really amazing what you see behind the Zoom.
Wow, wait, I
really
can't get to
is.
get out of the house more.
Yeah.
I'm scared of horses too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you?
But that was beautiful.
That's
I'm
because
very
you
scared
grind
of
their
horses.
bones to make your bread.
I would.
That's because you eat.
No,
all
I mean,
the-
I don't mean to. I always apologize. When I meet a horse, first thing I do is I say I'm sorry. Because I must be, there's so much gelatine in me at any one point, I
Yeah.
imagine. Just like in my blood. And it can smell it. And the thing about horses is that they're all super sensitive too. And they can read your vibes and shit. They're like little psychic vampires. Horses, they can understand like what's going on with you that day. And they feel
yeah,
feel
do
your
get
fear.
spooked easy too.
Yeah, they feel your fear. They knock you off. They kill you. It's so big.
Wow, I might be a horse. Listen, I want to. We mentioned Last Prisoner Project earlier. They're a fantastic organization. I just want you to share a little bit more about them, how people can get involved, all that good stuff.
So we got a bunch of ways to do it. Seriously, text freedom to 24365. That is to get the donation link. They are gladly accepting money at any period of time. And then there's also like ways to help. So what they do is they try to ease the transition of people that are getting out of jail for cannabis crimes and to life. Because a lot of times these are people that like, there's a couple people that work with them that are like went to jail for an ounce of weed 25 years ago. And then all of a sudden they did help get them free. But the biggest thing is how do you then live a life after you've been incarcerated for a certain period of time? It's very difficult to find employment, find places to live. And so they help, which is really great. And another thing to do is if you go to the website, if you go to the lastprisonerproject.org, I believe it is, and go to the Take Action page, there's a lot of different ways to get involved. Like you can help with, there's a prisoner pen pal program, which has really been great. It's a wonderful place and they really work hard. And it's not just for American crimes too. They're trying to go international. The idea is to get anybody who's in jail for weed out of jail and then trying to find a way to get them going. But I will say what I try to do too is which is hard. It was when I go to different cities where weed is legal. I've tried to drop the knowledge bomb, like try to talk about Last Prisoner Project. A lot of times they don't care because it's normally like a girl with a see-through like crop top on who's just like, that's fucking creepy. So what I would say is that normally what you do is get like talk to an owner of a store if you're really interested and try to get the signage up in weed dispensaries. So like that's one thing that we did is that we try to put more of the LPP like logo shit on our weed so that one day when you're looking at it, because we've also made our weed boxes to look super fucking dope, like they have cartoons and shit on them because we were sick of how like serious it always looks. So like if you open it up, there's also a little thing about Last Prisoner Project on there, so it hips HK.
Nice. It should almost be, I mean, it will never be required, but it should be, I feel like it should be required for all these people who are making bank off the marijuana industry to give back to the people who are screwed. Like, I don't know if you just read, there was an article in LA Times that like all these people in California that were supposed to be let out and have their records cleared, they haven't done it. Like if there's just like a delay.
They just takes forever and they don't, no one wants to admit that the war on drugs is over. That it's over.
Failed.
That's it. It's done.
Yeah.
They drugs won. They're all designed by our Yeah, we decided to make it all fucked up. So it's like it's Tom Neely, the illustrator. He did a bunch of shit, and then Michelle Dugan did all of the illuminated. And the illuminated sativa has a bunch of actual esoteric imagery inside of it. She put together a little sigil on there.
Oh my god, I love.
But yeah, no, it's a pain in the butt. I don't know why it's taking so fucking long. But I guess it really does. They have to go one by one and slowly release them. So, you know, I don't really count on our government for specifically anything. But I think in Cali, we're okay of all of the places. But now it's really about everywhere else getting them started. Because at least Cali is getting started doing it.
Cute.
Disgusting. Look at these gross smells.
Beautiful.
This is what happens. Look at these fucking, what has happened to all of us.
I love
We're all
you guys.
40. I woke up and I'm 40. I don't know what happened. You know what I mean? I was a young man.
I can't relate. I'm 21.
Welcome.
Henry!
Yeah, you look great.
It's a wonderful place.
Thank you. We got into the end. We have to say bye. I mean, I want everybody to know
you
can find Henry on Instagram at Dr. Fantasty. Is that right?
Yep. That was my old gamer tag.
I thought it was
Halo.
I thought it was Dr. Fat Nasty, and I was like, this guy gets it. But then Fantasty still gets it.
That was just high as fuck. It was just high as fuck when I first made it. And then I made it all, like, at the time, everything with Dr. Fantasty. I made it, and then it just fucking gets stuck. So now it has to be
Dr. Fantasty cross-platforms. Listen, I'm Cool Guy Jokes 87. I fucking get it. Guys, also, you can listen to Last Podcast on the Left. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you guys so much for having me. This was fun. I'm sorry if it got dark.
I loved it.
I loved it.
This is my life.
Bye.
At least I'm not a
Great
hypocrite.
life. We've all got great lives. Yeah, we've all got great lives. This is it. We're thriving. That is our show. We're gonna end every show, as we always do, by asking, how did we grow today? David, how did you grow as a human being?
You know what? I think I'm just going to be a lot more conscious. I think I'm going to be a lot more conscious of people being open to the idea of, like, spirituality and everyone being connected. And, like, so often if you weren't raised that way, if you're not somebody who particularly has sought that out, it's really easy.
Come on, HQ.
Also
Come
sexy.
on, HQ.
God damn
David's
it.
having a moment.
You see what? The one time, this was my big thing. Now I'm thinking about horny cows. How did you grow today, Giulia?
So mad. Well, I grew by feeling very defensive of you and your journey, and whoever put that fucking cow up while you were trying to have a moment is dead to me, okay? Coming for you, HQ. Oh, yeah. You keep your car horn, your clown noises. How did I grow? I am going to apologize less, and I'm going to not apologize for what I just said to potentially one of my bosses. Listen, we're going to be back tomorrow. God, that fucking cow. We're going to be back tomorrow, not with that cow, with Kurt Braunohler. And if you have a moment, please check out Last Prisoner Project. smoke weed for good. There's Kurt. So we'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same flower, same place. Flower hour.
Same hour.
Please like and subscribe. Good night.
Smash that sub.
Smash it. Smash.